What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of my new motherboard for my new PC build. So I posted a short on what I plan on doing with this. I'm not going to go into too much detail, so I'll drop a link down below for that if you want to see that. So for those of you that don't know, I actually built my first PC back in 2020, kind of right before the height of the COVID pandemic, when computer parts started going kind of wildly crazy and GPUs started becoming, stupidly expensive, especially for older ones. And my first build was on an AMD platform, and I love the AMD platform, so I decided to build on it again. So my current PC that I'm running is running a Ryzen 5 with 32 gigs of DDR4 Corsair Vengeance RAM, as well as a 2080 Super, and I have these all in a Corsair case with an AIO. That's from Corsair, and pretty much everything in there is Corsair. So I do plan on keeping the case along with the AIO and the rest of the other stuff, but I am planning on removing pretty much the motherboard, the CPU, and the RAM out of that one, because I am going with a newer version of the AMDs, which is going to be the AM5 platform. So I'll actually be upgrading my CPU from a Ryzen 5 to a Ryzen 7. This is a 7700, which is 8 cores, 16 threads, as opposed to 6 cores, 12 threads, because I need a little bit more power when it comes to doing my YouTube videos now that I'm kind of doing more on my channel, and I need a little bit more than what the Ryzen 5 can give me. So the motherboard that I'm going to be using again will still be a same motherboard as what I currently have in there, only this time it's a B650-A, and this one is going to be running the AM5 platform, which is the Ryzen 7. Now, it's not much to see on the outside of the box because the box is all white, so kind of reading the lettering is kind of hard. So we're just going to flip it over. I'm just going to kind of give you a brief description of how this one's different from my current motherboard and then what I plan on doing with it. So on my current motherboard, I don't actually have any type of Wi-Fi, anything whatsoever. It's just straight direct connect from the Ethernet port on the back of my motherboard to my router. So I might keep this, I might actually plug this in, I might just keep it unplugged. It depends, but I do have space on my desk, so I probably will plug this in and then just kind of leave it as is. Now the difference is between this motherboard and mine is this one actually has 3 NVM slots, whereas mine has 2. Now I will not be using all 3 NVM slots because one of the NVM slots actually takes up a PCI lane if I plan on using that. So on my current motherboard, I'm only using 1 NVM, but I might use 2. And all I need are just 2 PCIe slots, because one will be obviously for my graphics card, and then I'm using another one for what is known as an Elgato CamLink Pro, which is basically nothing more than just a expensive capture card. Other than that, my DDR5 sticks actually come in a pack of 2, as opposed to when I bought my other ones, it's kind of 4. So it's a 2-pack of 16 gig sticks that I'll be popping into this. Otherwise, this is a white motherboard as compared to the black one that I currently have in there with the 450. Now, in terms of the plug-in choices, this has 9 ports as opposed to my 8, but I only really need just kind of 1, as I'm going to be using my Anchor docking station to be plugged into the USB-C port on one of these, and then I can plug in like my keyboard, mouse, and other things into this, and I still have 2 extra USB ports that I have that I will not be using. So we're just going to unbox this really quick and just kind of show you what's in this. So let's see, this looks like this is probably the Wi-Fi antenna. So yep, that's the Wi-Fi antenna. Just looks basic plastic. So I've never really thought about buying one of these before, because where the size of my room is not very big, so I really wouldn't need anything like this. It'd be kind of pointless. But again, I might just plug it in just to keep it plugged in, just to have it, because again, I can just set it on my desk. It's more than enough space to fit this on there. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It says ASUS on it, plastic, so kind of what I would expect it. So put this aside. So this is the motherboard itself, and we'll see what else comes in this before we pop this open. So let's see, it should be the same as what I've had in my other motherboard when I had it, stickers and all this other stuff. So it looks like you get some information right there. The instructions. Some looks like some warranty information right here. Yeah, looks like some motherboard technical specs, things like that. Nothing too fancy. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, some more technical updates. The stickers, which I actually find kind of cool because I usually just post them on my backpack. And it looks like you got, I'm guessing this must go on the motherboard somewhere. I didn't put one on my other motherboard, but I'll probably do this with this one. Looks like you get some thermal pad for your M2s, which I don't really ever worry about my M2s ever going hot. Get some SATA cords. I don't know what that's for, but it's there. And looks like you get another little piece of something. Doesn't really tell you what it is. It's just there. So eventually, I guess we'll eventually figure out. I think this is for the M.2 slots. Is probably what that is. So on my motherboard, my M.2s, you simply unscrew a screw, and then you put the NVM in, and then you screw it back in. So it looks like you get an extra one of these. These just simply just slide to the side, pop in your M.2, push it down, slide it back over, and then that's how that works, which is actually kind of cool. I don't know why they don't do this on pretty much any or all of the motherboards, but I actually found that kind of cool. And then you've got your simple, zip ties, which I'll be using a lot of these because I have more that I'll be using for my PC build. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, as I will be doing more builds or finishing the rest of this build at a later date. So as you can see, this is the motherboard. I'm just going to pop this open really quick. Be very careful with it. This one's actually a lot heavier than my previous one. I think it's because it has more. It has a little bit more on it than my current motherboard. So this is it in all its glory. So to the outside. So like I said, you do have a host of plugins. And like I said, I'm using an Anchor docking station, so I can simply just plug it in to a USB-C port, either one, which is actually kind of cool that it has two. I got some USB 2.0s, some 3.0s right there, and then you got your BIOS flashbacks, and then obviously the two Wi-Fi antennas, and then your audio stuff. Then obviously that's where your CPU goes. You've got your DIMM slots for your RAM, which is kind of cool. On my motherboard, it doesn't really show that, so that's actually kind of cool. And then you've got your NVM slots right here. 1, 2, 3. That's your PCIe slot. That's where my graphics card's going. And then at the bottom here is where I'll be using for my capture card, because these are just extra PCIe lanes that don't really have anything to be plugging into those. It's mostly going to be this one. Pretty sure it's this one. I could be wrong. Could be one of these two, but we'll know when I put it actually all together later on. But these are your 3 NVM slots, and again, you simply just unscrew these and then pop that open. And on these, you do have a little slide in, slide out for your NVM slots. Otherwise, pretty much everything else is pretty standard. You got your USB slots there, your power right there. Fan headers are all right in here, and looks like you got another fan slots, or that's probably more power things right there. Oh, you can't see it, sorry. So right there is probably another one of your power slots. I can't really read what that is because the camera's in the way, but I believe that's for something to power. And then you got your CPU fan headers right there. And what's cool is, at least from what I've seen, these have a cover on them that you can actually cover if you're not using it, and then it kind of protects the pins that way they don't get bent. Otherwise, this is kind of my new PC build part 1. Now again, I will be doing a part 2 where I'll be putting most of the parts on this and then getting my install after I gut everything out of the computer, and then kind of put it all in this. So this is all that I've got right now. So again, if you're new to my channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss content when I drop it. And stay tuned for my part 2 build of this once I get this up and fixed. And again, like I said, won't be doing that until probably around Christmas, when I get 3 days off. That way I can just take a day or two to kind of put this together because I'm still new to PC building. So this is just basically just taking out my old parts, putting in the new parts. Case, fans, and everything else is pretty much the same. And as far as I know, the AIO cooler should work on this. Talked to Corsair. They said if it works on the AM4 platform, should be able to work on the AM5, as the brackets are pretty much the same. Not much has changed. So that's all that I got for you guys again today. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your holidays.